it's not a set and forget. It's a continuous assessment and continuous evaluation of what your identity is doing and what your identity platform is doing and how you actually measure their posture. Now, there's a couple of tools. Like I said earlier on, this is about identity governance for identities, not Microsoft Entra ID identity governance, because this product does exist. Nick, you like this configure lifecycle workflow thing. I remember you and Matt talking about it. I'm assuming, it's got to do a little bit with the user identity inside of the environment.
It does. And we also want to acknowledge that we have the problem with the accumulation of rights. And how do we address that? So if we look at what we have with identity governance in the Microsoft Entra Identity Governance portal, one of the things we are trying to address is who can do what and under what circumstances. And that circumstance is also based on attribute value. Now, you'll see, for example, that we've got global administrator assignments, and there's 11 there, and there's actually 10 too many, because one of them should be your break glass accounts. We can see that we've got applications with direct user assignments. And what does that mean? So that means that users can get direct access to those applications. However, is that necessarily the right way to do that? Or should users have inferred access? So it's really, really difficult, and it gets a little bit of a mishmash of a mush. And you can see that on the bottom right-hand corner, when you can see what your users have got access to and what that is, or what the net effect of those accesses. Now, just this slide, Al, we could spend 45 minutes unpacking, but alas, we have to move on.
Yeah. So a couple of things that you can do inside of Entra, right? Identity governance, you have to buy, and then you need to, sort of walk your way through this and spend time on docs.microsoft.com. There are also other places, and I mean, these were the things that we literally just grabbed, right? Because we want to talk about the strategy behind identity governance, not just here's a tool and it's going to fix your life, right? So there's other areas inside of Entra ID that you can also use, like usage and insights, to get some sort of view. And I mean, it's kind of statistical. Well, it's not statistical, it's real world, right? This literally says, well, you've got successful logins, failed logins, and then what do you do then, right? So I suppose my point is it's confusing for the most part because there's so much to this. How do you literally just get a snapshot of what this world is looking like, right? Because you want a point in time, you want to know where you are, right? We've confirmed identity and why it's important. We looked at the things you should be configuring, but even before you get there, you want to know what you have, right? You can't fix, you can't measure, you can't manage what you don't measure. So you do need to understand what you have. And this is still my favorite slide. If that was all kinds of confusing, right? Where do you actually start? What should you be doing? Not immediately after this call, because we said immediately after this call, you need to go see if you've got conditional access policies running. But even before you get to that, the 0.5 step, not that one big single step, what can you do? And Nick, you're going to show us what you can do today with what we've been talking about for the last 5 webinars.
Absolutely, Al.